Sherando!
Close enough. Okay.
Sherando!
If I can turn it a little bit more, I'm having difficulty hearing Sherando Ferril. Folks, you don't know, Sherando Ferril and Francois and I are related.
And me too.
Can't even say was. We are related. We have had a relationship for decades.
Famously related.
We're famously related. And boy, I tell you, it's been a crazy, famous connection. So let's see if we can figure out where we fitted into Sherando's life and lifestyle and what's been going on since then. Where come from, Miss Ferril?
We come from only an Alpha Mannington Road in Kingston.
One little part, run on one part.
Mannington Road in Kingston.
Run on one part.
I'm not telling you which part on the radio. People go hunt me down.
Name me lane.
Hi, Sherando.
And what were the influences from Namey Lane that caused you to be psycho and have so many different personalities in this one body?
Listen, I think more than anything else, it's because I grew up as an only child. So my mom had a child from a previous relationship and my dad had a few. But I was the only one for that relationship. And as a result, we grew up alone. And in being an only child in that regard, I just had to find things to occupy myself. So we used to talk to the broomsticks, we used to talk to the garden, we used to name the stone them.
You name the stones?
Yeah, man. Me and them was friends.
Okay. Continue.
Sherando.
I believe that as a result of that, coupled with the fact that both my parents are involved in the artistic kind of way, church-wise, but my dad was an amazing singer, my mom used to be the choir, my father played instruments and that sort of stuff. So it's like, it was just a natural part of who I am, to be creative and expressive, and then again, just being that only child and always wanting somebody to talk to, just create characters, and when we couldn't find a more story than name, we just create something in my head, and somehow, even these characters get a voice color, I don't know
Okay, so we moved on from big blackish gray stone, to school, where you know how to interact with real characters through prep and high school. What was that engagement like for you? Real life and life in your head?
All right. So I was always, there are two terms that were always used to describe me. Weird, strange, no, extra. And I think for me, what was meant to be an insult just never worked. Because when insult happens in a real life, in my mind, it's something good. Because if I'm weird and I'm different, then it means I'm standing out. And I literally, honestly, just didn't know how to be anybody but myself, even up to this day, But mainly in high school, I ran track all the way through school.
Were you any good?
I was very good.
Really?
String injury. Yeah, man. Girls champs win medal and then something. And prep school champs and things. And by the time I got to high school, I got involved more in the performing arts, like and then when I went to Meadowbrook High School, I did sixth form at Meadowbrook High School. And when I went there, I entered School Drama Festival, won the Best Actress Award. I think it was.
Come, hurry up and tell them where we met. Tell them where we met. Hurry up and tell them where we met.
Went to Trinidad to perform as well, and we were up at awards and things. So I think that's how my many voices started to translate as I stepped out of being alone in my yard, into having to deal with people in school.
And where did broadcasting and the ability to bring some of those voices to the on-air, in addition to being off stage, where did that opportunity happen?
All right, so I wanted to go to the school of drama because naturally I'm an actress, so that's where you go, right?
Yeah, she's naturally a drama kid.
Parents were a lot more conventional, and so I had to choose when it was time to go to university. I had to choose between doing the doctor, lawyer, something which is not my brain. I'm gonna fool myself. Then there's too much studiation to me, and trying to find a balance. And so I recommend.
Hello.
Where should I?
Hello. Wait. You drop out. So you said doctor, lawyer things were too much studiation.
Okay, right, I'm back. All right. Let's sort of break the transmission. And so I just figured that Tarmac was the place to go because it gave me the opportunity to get a professional degree and still have the ability or the opportunity to see myself. And hence broadcasting became attractive. And with the teachers that I had when I was there, the Ellington, just looking at their career path, I thought that, okay, all right, this can give me also the flexibility to still be on stage and learning radio production at Paramount opened the doors for me to step into audio drama production.
Okay. Do you remember when you auditioned for Fame FM?
I do.
Tell us.
Everything that's right.
Tell us. What was it like? Were you scared?
I was nervous, but not scary.
Okay, so
I stepped into the room when I was getting there.
What room? Really? Okay.
In the studio.
So describe, people don't know what it looked like. Describe them. Okay.
Gyro, Paula, gyro.
Sign on the notice board that said, announcers wanted, fam, that's what happened. Alright, so to them, I'm with them, and I applied and I got called in. And I remember going down that hallway to that studio. Out of mercy, I was nervous. And Francois was in the studio. I'm sure somebody else was in there. It could have been Claudette, I don't remember well. And the studio engineer was either Sally or Tippy. And I went in and they gave me script to read. And I read the script. And then Francois said to me, and then I got open and I told him, sure, so me being me, I said something to the student now, my name is Sherando Ferril, this is Fame FM, and sometimes I have a thought like this, and they were done. And so I said, while what you're doing is interesting and entertaining, you have to remember that this is radio. So you have to give them an opportunity to move up your personality. So you don't want to start off close to things like that. I was like, all right, boss, I never ever never shame. Never know when you
remember doing that.
You probably would remember, but it created a great impression on me. I never forgot.
Okay. Well, folks,
and I told you later, I'm going to get the work.
She did get the work. She made the most of that work, and we enjoyed working with her, Sherando. So that was the broadcast side of things, and you were lucky because Fame allowed the crazy expression.
Yes.
And eventually,
and I learned a lot from you.
So on stage, you also learned to love. You played so many different kinds of roles. What's your favorite kind of role to play, Sherando?
Anything that is the opposite of me. I really am an introvert. I'm fairly shy. And while I can survive in a conversation, I'm not necessarily the one to start it. Mm-hmm. So when I get characters that force me to come out of that comfort zone, like when I say Dirty Diana,
them not gone yet. Where them are wait fun?
Some years ago, I was playing a go-go dancer, and
where them are wait fun?
I had to be able to dance and like pole dance and walk in them high heel shoes, and most of my body was exposed and such delight. And that for me was an interesting experience because it took me to the opposite side of the pastor daughter that I mentioned. My father was a pastor, yeah. And it forced me to shed inhibition. And from there on, they just got more exciting for me because I was able to move from one kind of character to another, but very, very rarely did I get a character that was Sherando.
Sir.
We're talking about stage, we're talking about film, we're talking about voiceovers for commercials and projects. We're also talking about the role of mother.
Oh, yeah, no. What's that like? Okay. So obviously it's more challenging when they're younger. My children this year 16 and 15. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Paula is the two of them. And I'm not shrinking at all. And it's been an interesting process because I get to see my children evolve.
I don't want to miss this interview.
From those little babies needing me for physical support to now as teenagers needing me more for emotional support. And I've had to grow and evolve as an individual, get a better understanding of myself and a better understanding of human beings and psychology and then kind of something there in order to be the kind of mother that the children need. And it is challenging, you know. Some people, if you're not a parent, you'll think that as they get older, okay, so they need you less. But maybe that's a less of a physical need. And sometimes it's easier to be there physically than it is emotionally because you're going through your own journey, you know? So it's been challenging, but every single stage of motherhood, I love it, and there's absolutely nothing I would change about it.
And you are working as mother while you work as content creator in large part nowadays. We don't have much time left, but you write for so many different types of productions and entities. How do people find you and hire you and follow you, Sherando Ferril?
All right, so I'm currently working through my company, Yardbridge Entertainment. So yardbridge.com is where I'm at.
Is that Yard?
Yardbridge.
Yard.
Yard.
Okay.
Yardbridge.com. And I'm also online, Sherando Ferril, IG, same thing as Facebook. And the work continues. I'm excited about it.
Of course.
And spell out the Sherando 2R and Ferril 2R, eh?
So it's one I, so it's Sherando, Ferril, F as in food, Erril.
1R then 2R. We will find you and we're happy you found us. Love, my sister. Thank you for speaking with us today.
Thank you guys for having me. Big up yourself.
Sherando, big up.
So, in like